So in today's video I'm going to explain to you why having huge numbers of followers doesn't always mean having an audience. Alright, so before we start, my name is Rafael, I'm Portuguese, and I've been helping creators with branding and positioning, and also with operating systems of launching info products. Now, the difference between audience and followers is pretty much simple to understand, but very hard to understand where you stand. And what I mean with this is that even though you have, I don't know, 1,000 followers, you may have a bigger audience than your friend that has 5,000 followers. Why? Because an audience is basically true fans of yours. It is determined by your engagement, by the people that actually like your content and the people that actually consume what you post every day because they are genuinely interested in what you do and what you have to share. And what I'm trying to say is that your follower count doesn't mean that you have a big audience. And what you should be doing is basically cut out the followers that you have that don't really care about you. And in order for you to do that, you need to post content that is more specific for the person that actually wants to connect with you, for the person that actually wants to watch your content. And how do I do this? How do you figure out, wow, what kind of people like your content? You just ask them, right? So, you can do this by posting a story asking, alright, what did you do this weekend? Because the people who are going to answer are basically the people that actually like you and want to see your reaction or want to share their weekend with you. So, when they tell you what they did in the weekend, you can basically understand what type of person they are, right? Of course, this is a example. You can post whatever you want to understand what kind of audience you have or what kind of audience you are aiming for, because you can have a type of audience and you can come to a conclusion that you don't like that audience, right? Because you've been posting content that attracted people that you just understand now that you don't want them. And you can change that. You should, because if you have followers that you don't like if you think that you're posting content for people that you really don't want to see, or that you feel that other type of person would benefit more or your content would have a bigger impact on them, I recommend you change the way you are posting your content or creating, because that is not working, alright? And you can say that your audience is your ICP, but it's not. Your audience should be your dream follower. And your dream follower is basically what I said, is the people that want to watch your content every day because they feel that you have actually something to share with them that is beneficial for them, that they will actually resonate and learn. But getting back to the topic, you may have 50,000 followers, and although your audience is bigger, or your follower count is bigger than 10,000 followers, a person with 10,000 followers can have a bigger audience than yours. Why? Because they can, alright? You may have 50,000 followers, but let's say that your content isn't specific or your content doesn't resonate with the right people. What that is going to do is attract people that don't actually want to follow you every day. You are not recognized by who you are, but for what you post. And that is the difference between posting content to attract more people, more comments, more likes, more followers, right? when instead you should be posting content to attract the right people, the right follower, the right comment, and the right likes. Because think with me, everybody says that you need to get high views. Everybody says that being exposed to a lot of people is power. Why? They think that just because you are being watched or being talked about is a good thing. And let me tell you, it is not. Why would you want to be followed or talked by people that don't like you? Why? Really take a seat and think about that. Because I don't fucking understand why there are people that think that hate is good for them because, oh, I'm going to get more views, I'm going to get more. What the fuck are you talking about? What the hell are you saying, man? That doesn't make any sense. Because if you were to think to yourself, posting content is to connect with people. And why would you want to connect with people? Or why would you want to be talking with people that don't like you? Of course there is always going to be hate. Of course there is always going to be that person commenting some bullshit on your posts. That's normal. What is not normal is you posting for them, posting to attract more of them. Why? And this comes down to other topic, which is the money or the consistent income. Because a lot of creators are relying on brand deals and all that kind of stuff to make money, when instead, if they had an audience, true fans, I mean, they could help them, they could sell something, they could, I don't know. But when you have people that follow you just because they hate you, what are you going to do with them? Nothing. Or let's say, for example, your name is Charles. Are you going to create a shirt that says, Charles only talks about bullshit? Are you? Because if you post content for your haters, that's the only thing you could sell, right? Because you only have haters following you. So think to yourself, am I attracting the right people? If you think that is correct, good job, keep going. But if you think that your followers are growing, but they really don't like you, alright, try to change that. And please, alright, filter the people that follow you. And I think of this as two phases. You have one phase, that is the growing phase, where you post content just to go viral and to attract people, alright, that is normal, because obviously you want more people. But then you have the other phase, which is the filtering phase, where you post content to filter the followers. If you post something that is going to annoy the people that don't like you, they'll probably unfollow you, right? So they followed you in the growing phase, but then in the filtering phase you post something that they didn't like or they didn't really give a shit about, so they stopped following you. And that is normal. Alright, and that's what you should be doing. So I think that's it for today. This video didn't have a script or a bullet point, so I was just here talking. And yeah, I see you guys on the next one.